Hello, my loves. Welcome to my channel. This is Tarot and Ink. I'm Kaz, which is just short for Carolina. Uh, I wanted to do this introduction video just to kind of show all the different things that I use as a tarot reader. I've been reading tarot professionally for almost 30 years. That's like 30. And I have for a very long time wanted to start a YouTube channel. I love the tarot YouTube space, and the people and the readers, and there's some fantastic readers out there as well. So I wanted to be a part of that space for a very long time and just haven't been able to. And now I can, which is very exciting. So I normally read, I've been reading professionally, like I said, for 30 years. I normally read in person or over the phone. And that's professionally and with friends as well. If you think of most of the tarot kind of phone hotline companies, I have worked for them. So yeah, that is pretty much me. Just to show you kind of like the tarot that I use and that I do to get a feel. So a lot of the times I use thoth. I pronounce it thoth. I know people pronounce it thoth. I'm very dyslexic, so I'm sure there is a correct way to pronounce it, but nobody taught you this in the 90s. Okay, so this is the deck that I use. It's really kind of difficult to find, you know, images that don't have some kind of nudity on it, because, you know, Aleister Crowley. So I have little cards to kind of cover things for YouTube's modesty. Than anything else, but yeah, it's a gorgeous deck. There was a funny story about how I actually got this by wandering into a very summarized, but wandering into a shop. Just knew I had to be there. I could hear something, and something was like tugging at my clothes, like just pulling. And I went up. I was 8 or 9. I think I was 9. Went up to the shop keeper. This was a village that I never normally go to, and she wouldn't sell me this deck. It was behind like a glass table thing, which was her counter, and she would not sell me this deck. And obviously, because I was a kid, and yeah, I ended up telling her stuff about herself, being like, you know, the cards, that deck says this and this and this, and she was so kind of creeped out that she was like, just take it, you creepy child. And I gave her my pocket money, which was 20 quid, £20, whichever. So that is how I started as a tarot reader, because of this deck. And it's the only deck that I can hear things and sometimes see things, and I read intuitively, which is going to be very interesting for YouTube as well, as we like pick up into the collective. The other deck that I use, this is a very old deck, it's really stunning, as well, and I always forget the full name of it because I just call it the fairy deck. It's the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle by Lucy Cavendish, and it is just beautiful, and it really works well with the thoth, whatever you want to call it. The other deck that I use a lot is the Gods and Goddesses, oh my god, Goddesses, Gods and Guardians Oracle book and deck, which is Sophie Bashford. I don't know this. Oh, you can see them there. And yeah, there's Hilary Wilson did the incredible art. I don't know this book completely off by heart, so I tend to read intuitively with this. Lilith there, that somebody watching this will be a Lilith fan. Apollo as well, Mother Mary. It's a really gorgeous, there's Bridget, really gorgeous deck. Yeah, that's very insightful. Morrigan is always here as my guide, and it's the Morrigan, which is 4 faces, but we'll get into that another time. The other thing that I use is just a normal pack of playing cards, and that really helps me get into detail about dates and times and everything. You know, if I pick the 7 of Hearts and the Lovers, I know love's coming in the next 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months kind of thing. I'd probably use one of these two to kind of try and get in more detail of that and find out if it is days, weeks, months, or whichever. The other thing I've done is made my own deck, because as part of this, with it being tarot and ink, I am a storyteller. Obviously you tell stories through tarot, but yeah, I'm a writer and an author as well. So it made sense that I bring in story arcs and characters and make my own tarot deck, because within every great story there's going to be 3 wishes. There's always going to be a test in disguise, it's that kind of thing. These are wonderful little decks. I know I made them, so I'm biased, I'm going to say that. The Impossible Task, Baba Yaga, Vasilisa and the Doll is what that reminds me of. Somebody here watching this is a Hobbit fan, because I'm thinking of the Hobbit and the Impossible Task and being underestimated. There you go, that's for someone. But yeah, I've made these just to go through that, rest and recover. So yeah, I love them. I think they're great. There's everything that I've needed in tarot and couldn't find, and made it through myself. The other things I tend to use are a yes and no coin as well. I normally just kind of, not like that. It's a very loud noise. I normally flick it. So if somebody asks a question, the answer is no. Yeah, I normally just flick it. I did buy this bowl so that I could actually spin it. Oh, it's working now. It doesn't always work. The answer's still no. And the other thing I have is Scrabble pieces. They're odd numbers, so they're not the exact. So all of the exact Scrabbles in there, plus loads of additional. That's what I'm trying to say. And I tend to throw these down. We'll make names. There you go. Fart. Words, that kind of stuff. Somebody watching this just said, ew. Somebody watching this has a very childish sense of humour, which I like. You fit in perfectly. The other thing I've done, this took hours and hours and hours and hours, is just intuitively sat and just wrote, and then cut everything up. So I've got languages in here, including things like Hindi, somebody that's retired. In fact, let's just pick. Normally I give the bag a bit of a shake. So somebody's recently been to a funeral, they're going to a funeral and going to a cinema, or so somebody who's passed, they have that connection to film and cinema. Could be a sister that's heavily involved. Heavily. Oh, I said heavenly. I'm so sorry if your sibling has passed. And if you're watching this, because that would be horrible. And that is one of my worst nightmares. In Washington. It could also not be. You never know who's watching this. Obviously, I have to say, everything is for entertainment purposes only. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We all know this. We all know the collective space as well. One of the things that I'm going to be doing, aside from weekly readings that I'll post on a Sunday, I know a lot of people post on Monday, but I feel like you need to kind of prepare for the week sometimes, and also kind of deal with, everyone has Sunday anxiety, I think, assuming that you work Monday to Friday. I think everyone does. I think it's natural. I'll be doing monthly readings. I'll also be doing readings on significant loss, whatever that looks like. Whether that's a person, a job, a love interest, that, it doesn't necessarily have to mean death. I'll be doing readings on that, love readings, 18 plus readings. And a lot of those will have extensions. If people want to go into more depth, I will try and go into as much depth and detail as possible. All of the extensions will go through Coffee, which will help me run everything, pay for licenses, do all of that kind of stuff, which would be amazing. I want to make everything as affordable as possible, so nothing's going to, be hugely expensive at all. So yeah, I'll post that when I do extensions that people can kind of take or leave. I'll do like a membership tier, so maybe something like £6 a month, or something where you access everything. What is that, like $7 where you'd access everything? I'll have a thing. Yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for listening to my rambling introductions. We are all here for the mess and being messy and having some fun with this. And thank you so much. I hope you enjoy my videos. Bye!